Yes, I am still playing Cyberpunk. Even though I finished Phantom Liberty, I am still enjoying it. As long as they keep feeding me these sweet, sweet patch notes, I don't know when I'm gonna stop. Patch 2.02 for Cyberpunk and Phantom Liberty was released October 26, 2023, and it includes quest and gameplay fixes for the most common issues as well as general improvements. The patch also has a number of weapon buffs and nerfs that affects the gameplay. Here's some details on patch 0.202. Let's slide right into general improvements and fixes. First on the list is bullets now deal damage directly when shooting through the glass. Second on the list is the fixed issues where it's possible to obtain the tier 5 skill shards early in the game. Their prices have been adjusted. Number 3, disabled bait quick hack on enemies standing on the edge of an area they're not supposed to leave. Number 4, fixed an issue with the data recycler perk recovered from the RAM cost without RAM taking reduction perks into account, thus recovering more RAM than was actually spent. Number 5, fix some issues where crowd NPCs could clip through vehicles while walking. This happened to me on stream, and I thought I plowed over a pile of children, and I guess I'm glad I didn't. Number 6, fixed an issue that could cause elevators and various quests to spawn on the incorrect floor if a save or load was performed after they started moving. That's actually really scary because I might have been in an elevator death loop recently. Number 7, fixed an issue where the appearance of V's hands in first-person perspective might have changed correctly after installing or uninstalling an armware. This has also happened to me when I swapped from Gorilla Arms to the monowire, and when I pulled out my monowire, there was nothing there. I just had 4 arms. Next on the list is giving money to a homeless person will no longer lower your NCPD wanted level. I didn't have this happen, but that's hilarious. Next, we have fixed an issue where cyberware could get downgraded to tier 1 after updating the game to 2.01 patch. Wow, that's actually really sad and aggravating. I didn't have that issue. Last but not least, for the generals improvements and fixes, we have fixed skill progression passives. Good for them. Now, before we go into the Phantom Liberty specific improvements and fixes, they did have a PC specific improvement, which is selecting default graphics should now pick the proper quick preset based on your hardware and according to your latest system's recommendations, which I think is great that they implemented this into the actual game, because the frustration for me is loading up my NVIDIA and setting my settings and then going into the game, and they're different than what is supposed to be on my PC. Now, sliding right into Phantom Liberty specific improvements, which will be the last part of the patch notes before we go into the buffs and nerfs, which is going to be my favorite part because I want to know what they changed. I want to know what's nerfed. I want to know what's buffed because damage, violence. So first on the list for the Phantom Liberty specific improvements and fixes is they rebalanced the time limit for vehicle contracts. Next is various fixes for animations, lighting, scenes, VFX, and more. They fixed the collision issues in various locations that could cause players to get stuck. They also fixed it so when you start the game or skip ahead to Phantom Liberty, the quests are simulated as complete and are now visible in the journal, which is good because, you know, when you load in, and this is why I haven't done this yet. I haven't started at just Phantom Liberty. First of all, because I love Jackie and I love starting up my game and seeing him. Second of all, I like money. But when I've never skipped ahead to Phantom Liberty, and I would feel extremely overwhelmed if I had a bunch of failed and unfinished quests because I skipped ahead and then it bugs the rest of my game. I don't know. I wouldn't be able to like mentally handle that. Ever been really upset that your Quadrasport R7 Vigilante wasn't spawning on the AutoFixer website in some circumstances? Well, good news. They fixed that. They fixed an issue where roadblocks were present in the front of Dogtown gates, thus preventing entry. Oh, that would kill me. And now the Sasquatch hammer will appear in the vendor stock at the Stadium Black Market if it was originally missed after the boss fight with Sasquatch. Which I don't know how you could miss that, because don't you want to hit her with it? That's how she dies. Nexus body will now spawn in a landfill on saves where the option to skip ahead to Phantom Liberty was selected. Not like I'm gonna go looking for it. It's probably stinky and no thanks. Well, this one's really interesting. We were just talking about how I've never skipped ahead to Phantom Liberty, but if you do that, you can pick up Jackie's guns and an altar. It's an El Coyote Kojo. That's really interesting. So if you love Jackie just like me, go pick up those guns. Last but not least, on the improvements and fixes for Phantom Liberty, they have fixed the issue where a placeholder pop-up will be displayed on the Xbox Series X and S instead of an error message regarding Phantom Liberty's installation. Good news, console players. No more pop-ups. Now it's time for weapon buffs and nerfs. I am so curious about this. So the Mandalorian arms 3516, the recoil is easier to handle at low stamina, plus 20% damage, plus 60% quick melee damage, plus 10% damage against elite enemies. If you are a fan of the Meth Mantis blades, they are plus 5% damage, plus 10% attack speed, and negative 12% attack stamina cost. You like the SOR-22? Good news, plus 7% damage just for you. Fan of the Widowmaker? No problem. Increase clip size from 8 to 10. Headsman? Plus 5% damage, baby. The Paria? No problem. We're giving you negative 25% tech penalty. That's 25%. That's a whole quarter we're taking away of the tech penalty. But we're adding plus 25% to headshot damage, extra shots and bursts to maintain that stealth bonus during a hit. Roscoe added more force to limb shots. You're gonna be knocking off arms like crazy. You like that, deserter? Don't worry. Plus 5% damage for you, Glen Coco. And the last one on the list, for the weapon buffs, we have the Warden. The increased clip size from 30 to 40. I know that was killing you guys. Now we have the weapon nerfs. And luckily, there's only two. The Byaku is now at a negative 10% attack speed bonus. And the Scalpel removed the X 1.1 eccentric damage increase. Now, we are going to talk about the biggest buff on the list. It's to Johnny's signature Malorian Arms pistol, which had fallen behind the others when Phantom Liberty hit, and now it's been significantly buffed to keep pace and excel. The Mantis blades are also significant, making them more powerful in close combat, because you know we love a good Meth Mantis. Other weapons that got buffed include the SR-22, Windowmaker, Headsman, Paria, Roscoe, Deserter, Warden. We love it. We love to see it. The nerfs were only made to the Byaku and the Scalpel, which had their attack speed bonus and eccentric damage increase removed respectively. The weapon buffs and nerfs in patch 2.02 affect gameplay by making certain weapons more or less powerful, and it seems like we got more power this time, which can change the way the players approach the combat and complete the quest. This concludes the patch notes. I hope they keep it coming, because Baldur's Gate has set a bar, and I hope everybody stays up with that one. We love good patch notes, we love improvements, and we love video games. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I really, really appreciate it. I hope you have an amazing day. Have a good night, wherever you are. And Don't forget, hit that like, hit that subscribe button, and hit that notification bell for me because I do post at least once a week. I am still having fun making these videos, so I will see you soon. I love you so much. Goodbye.